part 2 of F1 2020 My Team at China. I believe it was 2 days ago that we did qualifying. So now we're going to hop into the race. There is going to be some rain towards the end, and we're starting out of position, so it should be interesting. I haven't done any laps on the game today, and I haven't driven the My Team car for a few days, so the opening few laps is going to be very interesting.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. We're here in the Yangtze River Delta today, home of the 16 corners that make up the Shanghai International Circuit. 54% of this 3.3-mile lap is taken at full throttle, and we'll be getting up to speeds of around 200 miles an hour, with DRS assisting the cars down the back straight before they brake into the sharp hairpin at turn 14. Joining us today to oversee all the thrills and spills, it's Anthony Davidson. And it's great to see you. How are you feeling about the race today, and how are the circuit conditions from what you've seen?
Well, the surface looks clean enough, but I'm a little bit worried about the track temperature. It's pretty cool out there, which could give some teams difficulties when it comes to keeping their tyres in the right operating window. The cars out there that work their tyres hard and really put a lot of energy through them, they'll be the ones that are better off.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Daniel Ricciardo has a clear view ahead from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Bottas, Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel and Ocon, Norris, Thomas, Sainz and Lance Stroll, Albon, Raikkonen, Sergio Perez and Leclerc, Magnussen, Kvyat, Pierre Gasly and George Russell, Matsushita, Latifi, Schumacher and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Okay, so we have a bit of luck on our side. We qualified P9 but got moved up to P8 because Leclerc got a grid penalty. For the race strategy, we are gonna extend this stint on the mediums because we want to take these tires to the rain period. And something a friend of mine did tell me is that the rain always comes before the indicator actually shows. So it says it's slower, but it's really not. I think okay, I think Ricciardo, he starts on pole and he's the only guy on the mediums inside the top 10. So it's gonna be pretty much impossible to beat him, but everyone else starts on the soft, so I'd say best case scenario we get P2. Yeah, I think that's really all we can hope for today. So I'm gonna leave the fuel at plus 1.3. And let's go.
We're not seeing any technical issues coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want to bog down.
Weather report.
Radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now. Dries seem like the best tyre for now.
Okay, so ring seems pretty far away right now. Give me 1 second. I need to make a slight adjustment to my steering wheel. Something just didn't feel quite right, so I needed to change it. Okay, I think that's better. I think. I may adjust it again, I may not. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna adjust it one more time. So right now I'm just changing the distance between myself and my wheel as well as my pedals. Okay, I think this is good enough for now. Alright, so we need a good start. They are going to be quite slow at the end of the stint, so...
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
If we can avoid getting held up by them, that would be great.
Nice start.
That was not great at all.
Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the mediums. From the engine is going to be down slightly and showing some minor wear.
I'm not sure if that was my fault or his for not leaving space when he was turning in, but gotta keep moving forward.
We're monitoring some wear on the ICE. Be aware that we will start to see a loss of power.
Quite a bit of understeer through there.
We think we may see some rain. ETA is about 15 minutes. Fuel is looking really good. You're managing it well. Box, we're coming in this lap.
I'm gonna stay out another lap. Don't want up to cut through traffic. Don't want to get undercut either.
Expect you'll be noticing a bit of grip loss in the tyres around now, so just be careful.
Okay, I'm gonna pit this lap. Bottas is in clean air. Box this lap.
Okay, copy that.
That's not what I asked. Alright, we need a good pit stop from the boys.
Exit now.
Yes.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
That was perfect. One more lap and Bottas would have got me. Or maybe not. Because there's traffic. Anyways, I need to focus on this now. Kia was so slow through there.
Brilliant. Nice move.
Need to be patient. Almost got greedy. Teammate status.
Couldn't receive that. Repeat the message.
Teammate status.
We're trailing our teammate by 24.6 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in first. The time last lap was a 1 minute 34.1.
Next lap, I'm gonna go for fastest lap.
The rain is a few laps out yet, but it is coming. Be careful. Gap to car in front is 2.5 seconds. Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Okay, good work. Great pass. We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
Sorry if I've been quiet. I'm just trying to make up as many positions as possible because I know the rain is coming soon.
Daniel's in the pits.
This is going to be close.
Gap to teammate ahead is 15.0 seconds.
I already know he's going to be rapid now. And I think he's going to be quicker in the rain, so I need to keep pushing. More updates.
Got that confirmed.
I need to get past Stroll. I'd rather do it in the dry than in the wet.
I think we're still on the right tyres for the time being. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now.
It's going to be time to pit soon, I can tell.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Confirmed. Daniel's in for his stop.
I'm using the flashback for that.
Only one stop to go. One stop left in this strategy. Daniel's in for his stop.
Only thing that's going for me at the moment is that Ricciardo's going to get held up in the pits, and he might get overtaken by one of the Mercedes.
Go, go, go. You'll be racing on the exit. Release, release. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Why didn't Mercedes double stack? That's the dumbest call I've ever seen.
DRS has been disabled by the stewards. DRS will be offline.
Alright, now let's pull away.
The forecast suggests this rain is going to keep getting stronger for at least the next 15 minutes.
I think after this race, I'm gonna have to turn up the AI to 109 or something. They're quick in qualifying, they're just not good in the race. And I think most of it just comes from their decision making. It's not intelligent at all.
Our gap behind is 2.1 seconds.
I'd rather have AI that get it right all the time rather than AI that get it wrong all the time. Especially if their race pace doesn't improve. I know they're going to be good at Britain, but besides that, they don't have much going for them.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button more.
Another thing I'm going to start doing is stop upgrading. I think I may focus on durability. And then come back to upgrades once Mercedes are more competitive.
We're leading our teammate by 14.5 seconds.
And now to save the engine, I'm going to run it in lane for the rest of the race. And stop using overtake, because I don't need it. If I do upgrade anything, it's probably only going to be like fuel efficiency, durability, and tire wear. besides that, I don't plan on doing anything directly performance related. Let me double check and see the AI is at 108. Gameplay settings. Yeah, they're at 108. I might have to turn the corner cutting to strict as well. I mean, I do it so that I don't have to sweat the track limits, but yeah, it's too easy right now. So as things stand, I'll have a 43-point lead over Ricardo after 4 rounds, which is just ridiculous. I'm using overtake now because I need to save the energy store as well. And running the battery at maximum capacity just damages it.
The car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap form.
Oh, so just an FYI, either today or tomorrow.
I know these conditions look pretty terrible, but that water is draining away. I think the intermediate is going to stay the tyre of choice for a while yet.
Okay. Either today or tomorrow,
Caution, caution.
I might put out another...
Caution, caution, yellow flags ahead. No overtaking through the caution zone. Be careful until you see the greens.
Engineer constantly talking over me. What I was saying was, if I have enough time today, I'll probably try and get out or finish Zandvoort, because I probably won't be doing my team for a while, because I have CSR Season 4 this Friday. So I'll be streaming those. And Those will be on Mondays and Fridays, with the exception of 2 breaks.
Safety car, safety car. No overtaking, reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up.
That makes things interesting. On my tires. Or would I come out if I pit? 4th. I might risk it.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is
Wait, let me
negative,
see how
which
much
means
time
you
I
are
have
too
if I
fast.
speed.
Reduce your pace.
Okay, so I get 15 seconds. Come on. I'm gonna do it. No. I changed my mind. That was never gonna work. I don't know what I was thinking.
The rain's getting worse. Be very careful.
Okay. Honestly, I wish the safety car didn't come out, because 1, it makes the race longer, and 2, it, I don't know. I feel like the result's not going to change.
We're coming up to the safety car now. Do not pass it. You are the leader. Follow the safety car.
Because even when I'm running in lean, and I'm not really focusing on my driving, the gap between myself and Ricciardo wasn't closing. And I am running a dry setup, so it should be a lot harder to drive, but I don't know. I feel like this my team car has so much downforce that it kind of muffles my mistakes. On the bright side, I do get to save this engine a bit. I think that's why this set of engine components has been able to go as long as it has, because all of these safety cars give me time to turn it all the way down. One thing I need to start doing is underfueling. I think one thing I'll do as well is put in a new engine for Zenworld, because it's one of my weaker tracks. And do that for Spain. So I'm not 100% sure yet, but I may just stick to doing my team on Saturdays, like every Saturday. In a minute, I'm gonna have to start worrying about getting a better feed in his tires. safety car probably won't come in until lap 24. It's because of how far back these cars are. Because the back markers, like Haas, Alfa Romeo, Williams, not only do they start out in the game slow, but because their weekly income of resource points is slower, it takes them forever to develop. They don't even out-develop the midfield teams or the top teams. Wow, that audio is something. But because their resource points are capped to like 140 or something, they develop super slowly and they don't catch up. And you get the situation where they're miles behind everyone. And I don't know about you, but having a back marker that's that
You're
slow,
leading, so don't pass it. Stay behind the safety car.
having a back marker that's that slow is not good for racing. I'd rather have the entire field separated by like half a second or something than how it is right now, even if it's unrealistic. It should be like F1 2016, where the slower teams could develop rapidly. In the end, they still end up slower, but not by a huge margin. That's how things work in real life anyways. Not so much with development speed, but with a lot of diminishing returns. Anyways, I'm done nerding out. So actually focus on the restart.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car in this lap. You will be controlling the pace on the restart. Keep it steady until the safety car has reached the pit lane.
I hate it when the game does this. It doesn't let you get on the power, it keeps cutting it.
Okay, clear. The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilize some of this energy. think we're still on the right tyres for the time being.
I didn't even notice I was in the wrong engine mode at that time.
Forecast suggests the rain is going to be lightening up over the next 10 to 15 minutes or so. You should start finding more grip as we clear the standing water.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the engine in lean and not using the ERS now. Did not mean to do that.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. This is your final lap of the race.
GG.
Awesome driving today. That's 4 race wins in a row.
Yep. If the AI keep screwing up like they are, we might, I don't know.
Can't fault the performance on the track today. A well-deserved victory. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
Welcome then to the podium, our top 3 drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race. So, let's review the driver's standings. Thomas increases their championship lead. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
I mean, can it be anyone else other than Danny Kvyat? His performance today really set him apart from the other drivers out there. He's got to be happy with how he's done here this weekend.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. The current leaders continue to extend their lead at the top. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they fight their way towards the top. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Ricciardo would have had that race in the bag had he not pit. All he needed to do was stay out for a few more laps. For some reason, Seb did a 3-stop, not ruin his race. But yeah, again, like, see the run out of Kimi Räikkönen is 2 seconds, over 2 seconds quicker than the Williams boys. It just doesn't make any sense. Same for the Haas team. Let's see the standings. Oh, okay, so 44 points, not 43. And we're dominating the constructors. Mercedes are doing so bad that they're getting beaten by Racing Point. And that's all because they had, let's see, where's that right there? See, I find it funny that Bottas got to pit for enters first, whereas Hamilton had to do the extra lap, only for Bottas to retire mid-race. Doesn't, it's annoying. But, I mean, I can't control it, so if it were up to me, I'd just turn off mechanical failures for AI altogether. Anyways.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
Yeah. Seemed like we gained a lot of time through the corners, even being in the dirty air. So being able to stick close to them through the corners and be close enough to get the DRS and make the move on the straight really just proved how good our aero package is.
How did your team respond to the poor conditions today?
It's quite simple. I mean, they extracted the most out of it. Made the obvious call of pitting at the right time. Unfortunately, we had to double stack and Daniel lost out from pole position, but it is what it is.
It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
I only made contact with one driver, so I'd say it was a clean race. So I disagree.
Great. Well, that's everything.
I think that sponsor target for getting pole position and winning the race is retarded. I think I'd understand if it was like win the race, or like as a team get pole position and win the race. But expecting me to get pole position and win the race every single time is just silly. I mean, one of us got pole and the other won the race, so that should be more than enough to please the sponsor. What failed? It's still coming in time for the Dutch Grand Prix, so I don't care too much. But let's see. Okay. I'm gonna go with this. And hope that it applies in time for the Monaco Grand Prix, so I can just completely underfuel the car. But looking at the chassis side of things, I hope that for the Dutch Grand Prix weekend, we earn enough resource points so we can get this tire upgrade in time for that race as well. And then after that, it's just going to be 100% durability, because we're miles ahead in the aero department. We're pulling miles ahead in the chassis department. And we're catching up in the engine department. So I'm going to upgrade this now. Let's see, facilities. Let's see, how fast is my teammate? His pace is 96. When is the... okay. Good to know, good to know. Okay, I was just taking a brief look at the driver market. Alright, so let's check out these facilities. Let's go with a fabrication upgrade. I think I might start focusing on quality control in the durability department soon. Because even though I'm gonna upgrade that area, there'd be no point if the upgrades I'm pouring resource points into don't even apply. I'm surprised the gearbox has lasted so long. Actually, let me check real quick. It's because the durability thing is right here. Still, I'm not complaining.
I know we were expecting some new developments to come through, but some of them have failed the quality control. Make sure you indicate what you'd like redeveloped via the R&D screen.
What are you talking about? There's nothing that came in yet. What are you... Okay. He's tripping. Yep, let's go.
Well, it's great to be back at your headquarters, and I've got to say, an awful lot's changed since we were last here. Let's dive in with some questions. Will your team be going for the Constructors' Championship this season, or just for points?
I mean, we're leading the championship already by over 100 points. I know there's still a long way to go, but it only makes sense for us to go to for the Constructors, considering our recent form and our and the rate we've been developing pretty much every single aspect of the car. I feel like the only thing that could stop us is us. So yeah, we're going for titles.
When you're one of the top teams, do you feel like there's less pressure or even more?
There is always pressure, for sure. But I feel like we know how to deal with the pressure, so I believe that's all that matters. I'm gonna be a little cheeky and promote our sponsors. AII have helped quite a lot in reducing some of the stress of being a top team, because we have a lot more income to spend on development, facilities, etc.
Sponsors seem to be climbing over one another to get their name onto your car. What do you plan on investing that extra money into?
Honestly, every area. There's no one area of the car that is the be-all and end-all of performance. But I'd say mainly we are starting to look into the chassis and durability side of things. But for now, it's the chassis.
Would you say that it's important to develop your drivers as much as possible?
Yeah, it is imperative that we invest as much in our drivers or as much as possible on our drivers, because at the end of the day, those are the people who are out there scoring the points. Now, of course, as a team, we can build the car, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't have the drivers that are capable of placing the car where it belongs. So, it's not just money we invest in our drivers, it's hopes as well.
Do you see your relationship with your second driver being long-term, or will you be looking for someone else if you're successful?
As always, in the past, we've invested heavily in our staff, and that's not going to change for the foreseeable future. So, yeah, Daniel's been doing an amazing job, and there's no reason for us to try and look elsewhere.
Well, thanks so much, as ever, for your time. It's hugely appreciated.
I wonder how that affected the... Sorry about that. Let's see. That has not changed. I don't know if that's changed. Let's check the corporate stuff. Contracts. Nope. Sponsorship. Did they give us a bonus? Because I cannot tell. Actually, yeah, I think they did. Because our weekly income... No. They didn't give us a bonus. That was just wishful thinking. If we get the resource points, I am going to do a double upgrade in the chassis department with the heat dispersing wheel rims and the brake disc width. Because in these My Team cars, the braking distances are quite long, and Monaco is a track I tend to struggle at. So that extra stopping power will come in clutch, particularly through turn 1, the chicane, and Las Rascas, because I struggle there from time to time. So back to the developments and stuff.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through from the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Okay, great. Hitting a development wall on the chassis side. There's only 4 things we can do. Same thing with the aero. I'm gonna need to upgrade these to Spec 3 soon. That lady does not have a face. Wow. Okay then. So we're gonna leave things here. After I check. Oh my goodness, our car is OP. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna leave things here. I'll probably pick them up later today if I have time. So thanks for tuning in, and until next time.